friends, it's Deb from Bowl Me Over. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm excited about the recipe we're gonna make today. It is super simple, takes 5 minutes of prep. It's a great dinner, and that is slow cooker meatballs. Let me walk you through the ingredients real quick. We're only gonna need a few things. Frozen meatballs, super simple. Grab them from your frozen section at the grocery store. We're gonna use French onion soup, beef broth. We need an onion, brown gravy mix, and some sour cream. I'm gonna set this aside because we won't need this until, not sour cream, we're gonna heavy cream. Although I've substituted sour cream with this. That's what I used the last time I made it. So you can use heavy cream or sour cream, whatever works for you. And so let me show you how simple it is. We're gonna start with spraying our bowl or our crock pot. All right. Might as well clean up a breeze, right? I like the way you think. Let me grab a pair of scissors. What I love about this is that it's just so simple. It's a great kind of dump and go before work kind of thing. So I'm just taking these and I'm dumping them right into my crock pot. Oops, missed a few. Okay, set that aside. And I'm gonna need an onion. So let me slice him up real quick. You don't need to do anything special with the onion. Just slice it in half, and then we're gonna slice it into half moons. So, you know, yeah, we're up in Oregon and stuff. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but holy bat burgers, is it raining here. Gosh, I've been back now. I grew up in Oregon, and I've been back now for about 5 months, and we've had really good weather actually, so I can't complain about that. And it's supposed to get like super cold this week. For Oregon, super cold is like in the 20s. So that'll be exciting. It's nice to see some weather after living in California so long, where, you know, like there's no weather just per se other than hot. So that'll be fun. Anyway, okay, so our onions are sliced, the skins are onions are sliced in half, the skins are removed, and now I'm just going to slice them in half into half moons. Okay. This is yummy. So I would serve this over mashed potatoes, grate over rice, grate over cauliflower rice. I know, because I've tried all these things. I've even made it as a meatball sandwich. So, you know, your options are kind of endless here. I'm just running my fingers through the onions and separating the rings a little bit. And I'm gonna sprinkle those in on top of the meatballs. I do love this recipe though. The meatballs turn out like super tender and glossy, and they're pretty, really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna clean up all my onions so they don't make a giant, huge mess. I'll be right back. Okay, so the next step is we're just gonna put together the sauce for the meatballs. And again, that's really easy. French onion soup, get all the onions out of there. We're gonna use beef broth. And I love how much flavor the French onion soup gives everything. You know, it's just a nice little burst without adding a bunch of spices from the cabinet. It just makes it that much easier. All right, okay, brown gravy. One of these is actually an au jus mix gravy. It's kind of basically the same, but I think my point is telling you, you know, you can substitute. If you don't have brown gravy, use au jus gravy. If you don't have brown gravy, use pork gravy. You know, you have options there. There we go. I think that the au jus might not be quite as thick, but that's okay. So now we're just gonna whisk it together, and that'll take just a minute. So while we're whisking, tell me what's your favorite slow cooker recipe? Do I have it here on the blog? Is there something you'd like to see? I'd love to hear what that is. Okay. Well, that was simple, wasn't it? Okay, we're gonna take this and pour it over our meatballs and onions, just like that. I'm going to take a quick minute and just stir it around a little bit. And this is not hot yet, so let me show it to you. Can you see that? Just have the gravy, the meatball, and the onions in the crock pot. Okay, now it's time to cook. I'm going to turn it on, go from manual to, let's see, I'm trying to read backwards, okay, to low and hit enter. I'm gonna cover my crock pot, and that's gonna cook for 5 hours. And you're gonna say, wait, Deb, we didn't do anything with the heavy cream, the sour cream. We're gonna put that in towards the end. So just setting that off to the side. I'm gonna take a few minutes, clean up my kitchen, and we'll see you back in about 5 hours. See you in a bit. Okay, so you know how when you make something that's been cooking all day and the house is smelling amazing? That's where we're at. So I've had the meatballs, they've been on. And remember, all we did with that is we put the meatballs in, we sprayed the crock pot, we put the meatballs in there, we took beef broth and French onion soup and whisked it together with some gravy mix. And remember, the instructions are all underneath you anyway. And that cooked for about 5.5 hours. The house smells amazing. If you could only be here. So this is the first time I've taken the lid off. And obviously I forgot to, my gloves. So I'm gonna get those in just a quick minute. But I'm gonna take that cream. This is heavy cream. You could also use sour cream, or you could skip it altogether. I put this in for the last half hour of cooking, and it just gives the meatballs this tangy, yummy flavor. It reminds me of IKEA meatballs, which I personally love. And anyway, so we're just gonna pour that in. And just that little bit of richness, oh my goodness, it makes all the difference. Let me put that in the sink so I don't make a mess. And I'm gonna grab my hot pan holders because I know I'm gonna need those. So I want to give this a stir. Let's see if I can do this like, I don't know how well you can see this. So I'm gonna give it a stir, and it's all creamed together really nicely. I mean, how tough is that, right? Let's see if I can show you. I know you can see just a little bit in there. Look at that gravy. Doesn't that look fantastic? Okay. Back in the slow cooker we go. I'm gonna put the lid on. We're gonna cook it for, that's warm. We're gonna cook it for another 30 minutes. Let all those flavors come together, and then it's gonna be dinner time. More in just a minute. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes. This has simmered so nicely. The house still continues to smell amazing. And yes, for those people that seen, these are Bob Evans potatoes. I would love to take the time to mash my potatoes myself. I have an amazing recipe on the blog for mashed potatoes. Actually, a couple of them. But I didn't have time today. So I cheated, I took a shortcut, and I'm okay with that. So let's give these a taste and see what we think, okay? Oh goodness, that just looks so good. Okay. I kind of did a small amount just because, gosh, it's not quite dinner time yet and I don't want to overeat too much, but I just think this looks amazing. Can you see? I just have to show you. Ah, yum. Oh, this smells great. What I love about it makes its own gravy. As this cools, it's gonna thicken up a little bit. So if that's your goal and you want it to be a little bit thicker, you could allow it to cool a little bit. It will thicken on its own. The cream thickens it up as it continues to cook. So it's really, I think it's just how I want it personally. Additionally, if you'd prefer, you could put it in a small saucepan, bring it to a boil on the stove and simmer it down. That works too. But I'm all about the easy. So let's give it a taste here first. You know what's amazing about this is that there's so little effort involved and it's really, really good. Let's try these meatballs. Those are yummy. Oh goodness. Serve this with some cream spinach. That would be wonderful. Steamed green beans, terrific broccoli, all that green stuff, nice salad. That'd be yummy. Guys, you need to make that. That is so good. So simple. Great family meal. Like we said earlier, terrific on mashed potatoes, over rice, super yummy. Pile it in a hoagie. Talk about wonderful meatball subs. Melt some provolone cheese over the top. That would be fabulous. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, you can find this recipe down below. Ton more recipes on the website, bowlmeover.com. I'd love to see you visit there. Of course, we're on Pinterest. Of course, we're on Facebook. And check us out on Twitter, all the places. I do appreciate you joining, though, and subscribing to the channel, most importantly. So thank you very much. Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.